Chapter 67, Plainview, Texas, 1 year later. There was a knock at the Finkles' front door. Marci paused her recreational typing, cocking her head and shouting to the dining room, "Bill, there's someone at the front door. Now who could that be?" Bill paused his polishing, placing the rag on the dining room table behind him, taking one last wistful glance at the gleaming wood of his basic new non-time-traveling grandfather clock. It had been relatively quiet since the Sanders' dramatic demise the year prior. Aside from the occasional postcard from Esteban, currently cruising Route 66 with a divorced Susie Whitmore and an Airstream filled with giant ferrets, the odd telegram from Uncle Phinneus, searching time for his assumed dead wife Gladys on a tip, or the rare message directly from Maribel, fresh from settling the royal family of Atlantis into their post-revolutionary French chateau. They'd really not had much interaction with the outside world of late, and it suited them. "Maybe the contractors to finish the garage?" Marci theorized, following Bill to the front door. "I don't think they're back until Thursday," Bill assured her, throwing it open. Before them stood the Sanders, smiling and staring blankly at the Finkles as if they didn't recognize them at all. Their old house across the street long demolished, rebuilt, and recently sold to new neighbors they heard would be moving in soon. "Good afternoon, neighbors," the duo sang out in unison. "We're the Sanders." A reed-thin, paler, red-headed version of Alice held up a plate of cookies, her smile revealing a good amount of straight white teeth, but still, obviously, Alice fucking Sanders. "I'm Alice." Alice motioned to the man standing beside her, a virtual twin of Jim's in matching khaki shorts, aside from the longer, grayer hair and pot belly. "And this is my husband, James, but you can just call him Jim, all our friends do. We're moving in across the street and wanted to meet everyone, so we brought cookies to say hello. I hope you have some milk." Alice pointed with her thumb to her husband's stomach. "They are dry as hell because I used applesauce instead of oil, and then Bill slammed the door shut, bumping into Marci as he backed away from the door, repeating in a quiet voice, "It's our new neighbors, the Sanders." They could hear the Sanders grousing about their rude behavior through the closed front door, some rough talk about wasted applesauce from Alice. Now this might be where one would naturally assume the Finkles would discuss the implications of the new and improved Sanders across the way. Maybe contemplate notifying Maribel with one of his telegrams about the apparent wrinkle in the timeline. Perhaps a quick note to great Uncle Phinneus about the whole conundrum. However, this is the Finkles we're talking about, and you can't say I didn't warn you. Having learned absolutely nothing, the Finkles turned, looked one another square in the eye, shrugged, and went back to what they were doing before. Because some things will never change. The end.